boulevard itself is an absolute mess. And so, of course, it's Pennsylvania. People trying to leave the city that way. You've got lots of heavy traffic up and down Market Street. A lot of gridlock here around Chestnut and Walnut and all of that because of all the people who are trying to get on a train at 30th Street Station. Again, it is a mess there. I heard from some people who were trying to get to the Broad Street line to go northbound. They ended up having to walk all the way to Temple and get on there. So that is 30th Street isn't the only place having trouble. Southbound 95 traffic is heavy in the area before 420 down to the Commodore Barry Bridge. The Blue Route 476 is actually in pretty good shape right now. The eastbound Walt Whitman, it's halfway across into Jersey where it slows. Once you get off that bridge, the delay goes all the way down and past the 55 ramps. 295, nothing too serious to report. 55 southbound before exit 26, that's to go to Millville. All the lanes are blocked there because of an earlier accident. Northeast Extension, Pennsylvania Turnpike northbound traffic is very slow for miles, and this all appears to just be volume. If you are taking any mass transit, just keep in mind that you were expected to wait a long time, or you're waiting even longer than the long time that was expected. There we go. The Superbirds blowout is on at Turn 7 liquidations. Name brand Birds merch below wholesale. Name and number tees, jerseys, Superbirds hats, Champion Birds novelties. Turn 7 is loaded. Turn 7, Philadelphia Mills. Turn 7 liquidations. Next update, less than 10 minutes. I'm Stevie Reese.
Your forecast now from AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina.
Well, the rest of our Friday, mostly sunny, breezy, and cold. Drive for the parade at high 39. Just make sure you bundle up. Then increasing clouds tonight, the low 28. On Saturday, we'll get a mix of snow, sleet, and rain in the afternoon. Little or no accumulation around the city, but up to an inch of snow likely in nearby northern and northwestern suburbs, a high of 39. Mixed precip will turn to rain Saturday night as temps rise. The early low will be in the low to mid-30s. Then we'll have periods of rain, even a thunderstorm on Sunday, mainly in the morning, a high of 55 on Sunday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina.
We have mostly sunny sky right now, 37 degrees. We're dropping down to 27 tonight in Center City. A mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow closed down 165 and a third. The NASDAQ closed up 81 points, and the S&P was down about a half a point.
KYW News Radio 103.9 FM is always live and always free on the Odyssey app.
Three things to know about the Eagles Championship Parade at 4:45, sponsored by Kitchen Magic. Philly Mayor Sherelle Parker told the crowd gathered at the Art Museum that Philadelphia has the best sports fans in the world. And Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro proclaimed that the Eagles are America's team, adding, "You hear that, Dallas? The streets of the city were awash in Midnight and Kelly Green as the Eagles celebrated their winning Super Bowl 59 with a few hundred thousands of their fans, maybe even over 1 million turned out." It's all ahead in the next 15 minutes. Good afternoon. I'm Melanie Armstrong, and Andre Bennett is at the editor's desk. Well, a sea of green took over Philly for the Eagles Championship Parade, and fans came from far and wide. KYW South Jersey reporter Mike Doherty talked to some of them at the Woodcrest Patco station as they headed in this morning.
Just about every player you could think of, past and present, was represented with a jersey as fans filed into the Patco station. Serena Petrillo of Cherry Hill went a step further to honor her favorite player, carrying a huge photo of Saquon Barkley's face on a stick.
I mean, it's just this area of the city. It's like everyone, it brings us together. Like my house bleeds green, the city bleeds green, the town bleeds green, this whole area. Like it's a vibe.
Fans scattered throughout the poorly route, many of the first ones to return to New Jersey, spent their time at the beginning outside the stadium. Tom brought his two young sons.
I've been there before. My boys were two babies when it first happened, so it was amazing. You were.
Everyone from babies to adults dressed in green seemed to have the time of their lives. And everybody says, let's do it again next year. At the Woodcrest station, Mike Doherty, KYW News Radio, 103.9 FM.
In other news, police are on the lookout for a man seen on surveillance video shooting and killing a man sitting in his car Thursday night in Norristown. KYW's Nigel Thompson has the story.
The video released to the public by authorities shows the gunman walking up George Street towards Elm Street in Norristown and then hiding in a stairwell across the street from where 27-year-old Cesar Flores Diaz was parking his car. After 5 minutes, the gunman is seen walking up to the driver's side window of Flores Diaz's Volkswagen CC and firing multiple shots at the driver before fleeing north on George towards Elm. Officers arrived to the scene just before 9 p.m. and found Flores Diaz dead from multiple gunshot wounds to the head. A subsequent investigation unearthed the surveillance video released to the public, and authorities are now offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to the gunman who has yet to be identified. Anyone with information should contact Montgomery County Detectives or Norristown Police. I'm Nigel Thompson, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
We have new information on the condition of Pope Francis, who was hospitalized today with bronchitis. Preliminary tests show the Pope has a respiratory tract infection, as according to the Vatican, which says he is also running a mild fever. Correspondent Ines de la Catera has more.
Pope Francis admitted to the Gemelli Hospital in Rome on Friday for bronchitis treatment. He was diagnosed with the illness a week ago and has been struggling to speak for long periods of time, but has been keeping a busy schedule of meetings and events. The 88-year-old will also be undergoing tests at the hospital. According to the Vatican, he's had to cancel all his scheduled events for the next 3 days. Ines de la Catera, ABC News.
The Pope is in fair condition and undergoing drug therapy. He has gone through long bouts of bronchitis in the past. Well, Vice President J.D. Vance stepped into the world stage today at the annual Munich Security Conference focusing on Europe. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio had a lengthy conversation with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on how to put an end to Ukraine's war in Russia and whether it might be possible.
We want the war to come to a close. We want the killing to stop, but we want to achieve a durable, lasting peace, not the kind of peace that's going to have Eastern Europe in conflict just a couple years down the road.
Vance also blasted many of the other nations involved in the conference for policies blocking hate speech on social media, as we hear from correspondent Patrick Reeville.
He basically delivered a speech essentially criticizing European leaders, saying that they were failing to listen to the will of the people, saying that they were not taking into account people's views on immigration, telling them that they need to learn to listen to, quote, the will of the people. And I think, from what we understand from people in the hall, it was largely met mostly with silence. We did hear clapping throughout from a smaller group.
Zelensky says he will only agree to meet in person with Russian leader Vladimir Putin after a common plan is negotiated with President Trump. It is 4:50 and the Vine West is jammed up all the way across, and we do have delays on public transit. We will check in with the traffic center next.
I'm Raquel Williams. I'm an expert in Philly, embracing race, the conversation.
It's been a year.
And Charity Howard walks down memory lane with Lloyd Parks.
I'm the one that's saying the high note when I miss you.
Listen Saturday and Sunday at 1:30 and 7:30 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 5:30. Watching the Active Life Donor Program. Register as an organ donor at donorsone.org.
Every morning, you rise and shine. Make breakfast and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At the UPS store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be okay. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable.
It's Window Nation's February sale. Save 60% off all window styles and pay nothing for 2 years. Now through February 28th. Only from Window Nation. Schedule your free consultation now at 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com.
Your used vehicles have an amazing value when donated to the Salvation Army, providing new direction for those struggling with alcohol and drugs. Call 800-SA-TRUCK or visit satruck.org.
It is 4:52.
For 1 week, this daytime talk hit became the John and Yoko Show.
People tend to think that somebody will save them, and there's only people can save them.
Coming up in Rewind.
After traffic and weather on the 2s, sponsored by Pico. Let's go to Stevie Reese in the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center.
Well, you can't do anything about bad traffic, even if it is Super Bowl parade traffic, but you can save money on your energy bills. Go to pico.com/ways to save. The Vine is jammed up westbound the whole length. We might as well just add the eastbound Vine to it as well. You still can't exit for Broad or the Parkway or any of those things, and those would be the last things to open up anyway. Northbound 95 starting to see a pretty good jam up in the area up near the Betsy Ross Bridge. Southbound it's slow from the airport down to south of the Blue Route 476. The Blue Route itself is is one of our better roads right now. Eastbound Schuylkill, where the accident was at Girard, they're back on the shoulder. And then you've got jammed traffic, especially on the Schuylkill East near the Vine. All that whole area around 30th Street Station is absolute gridlock on Market and all that. They've got JFK still closed down, so don't even try that at the moment. Eastbound Walt Whitman all the way across into New Jersey, lots of volume. Takes it down to 295 and 295 south from the White Horse Pike down to 42. You've also got a pretty good-sized jam up in there. So anybody taking mass transit, you're going to be sitting for quite a while. We're hearing not only 30th Street Station, got some issues out for people who are taking the Broad Street line northbound, too. Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Visit pico.com/ways to save. I'm Stevie Reese.
Your forecast now, thickening clouds tonight, the low 27. It'll be cloudy tomorrow with occasional snow, sleet, and rain in the afternoon. We won't see much accumulation except a little bit farther north to us. It'll be accumulating snow with slippery conditions, the high 39. And tomorrow night, rain with a thunderstorm, the low 34. 32 right now in Warminster, 33 in Tacony, 35 in Atlantic City.
Rewind. Sponsored by National Appliance Warehouse. Tax-free shopping on new kitchen appliances. NationalApplianceWarehouse.com. February 14th, 1972.
John Lennon and Yoko Ono
began a week-long stint co-hosting the Mike Douglas Show.
What would you like to talk about this weekend? Love, peace, communication, anything.
From the KYW TV studios in Center City.
Hail, hail, rock and roll, right on.
There he is, Chuck Barrett. KYW special contributor Larry Kane.
This country just having fun, and Douglas played very well. He understood that he was dealing with a quite unusual person and a wife with a great personality.
People tend to think that somebody will save them, and there's only people can save us. It's only us all deciding to do something about anything, whatever it is.
I'm Andre Bennett, and this is Rewind on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM, sponsored by National Appliance Warehouse.
Well, here's one way you might get around the egg shortage.
So this is love.